Hello, everybody. I am Hoarder Gamer, and this is Hoarder's Comic Flex, the flexiest comic review show this side of wherever. I hope you had a lovely week, and I hope I can make your week even more lovely with this episode. We have a couple reviews. We're going to toy around. Going to look at the very near future of comic books. That's all coming to you now. It goes well, Crinky. How you doing? First up, we're going to start with putting a little bit of horror into your holiday, which is Valentine's Day, in case you didn't know. Or Ash Wednesday, which we have The Infernals. Okay, and I know that sounds like a crazy superhero book, like maybe something having to do with the Hellfire Club or something like that. You could say it's a type of Hellfire Club. It is the Antichrist and his children. And the Antichrist has terminal cancer, and he's like in his late 70s. So he basically has to choose an heir from his children. And they have, of course, perfect names. One of his kids is Jackal, the other is Baphomet. Which I can't help but laugh because that's, so on the nose for the Antichrist's kids. So he basically has to try choosing who is going to be the heir. And one of his kids, Jackal, is in like Vegas, and he's trying to basically get someone to sign a contract for like fame and all that, but also it's to sell his soul to the devil type of thing, right? Well, he disagrees, and he says he basically makes fun of him, and then he goes and gets the guy to like jump off a roof and die. The young lady, Baphomet, she is at an all-girls school in the bathroom, and there's this young woman next to her who's kind of like a little bit bitchy, who's like, kind of making fun of but not making fun of her, and she's like, hey, could I borrow a tampon? And she goes into the bathroom, and Baphomet realizes, what she was doing, and like, basically kind of like mocking her, and all of a sudden she goes, oh my god, the girl in the bathroom does, oh my god, the tampon is on fire. So Baphomet has crazy powers, and that's really screwed up. And interestingly enough, one of his kids seems to be someone who wants to de-escalate war. So that's interesting. We don't know much about that kid. But basically it's all about finding an heir, and it could be that the angels are looking to take advantage of this situation. It's really cool, and the artwork is gorgeous. Like, if you see the cover right here, the entire book has this great like hand-painted look to it. It's really impressive. And I believe it's a mini-series. I think it's one of 5. I'm not sure if it's actually an ongoing. Let's see. I don't think it says here. But yeah, it's written by Noah Gardner and Ryan Parrott, so 2 writers. And then 2 artists, actually. John J. Pearson and Lola Bonato. Now, it could be... I'm trying to think if it's like a mixed media. If there's some that's like more painted and more like drawn. I'm not sure. But yeah, very cool. There's also a really wild pinup that's similar to this picture, very popular painting of like the devil, and he's like about to bite off someone's head. I forget what it's called. It's a very popular old painting. But yeah. Infernals #1. It's creepy, it's weird, and there's just something off-putting about the Antichrist trying to find an heir. That is our first comic book review of the week. Next up, we're going to talk about some video games. And if you're a fan of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, wait, why do I hear crickets, everybody? Why did a tumbleweed just blow through here? What the hell? What? Well, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Let me be a fan for all of you watching. Okay, so I really like the game, but there's an issue, a serious one. Well, there's a number of serious issues. One is some people cannot get into the game. They get an error and it basically forces them not to be able to log in. As of right now, it almost sounds like a case-by-case basis. They're not exactly sure what is happening, but basically you contact them and do a ticket, and then they're going through those tickets one by one is what it sounds like. It's a little confusing on that situation. The percentage of people dealing with that, though, is a relatively small percentage. More pressing is matchmaking, and even more so if you're matchmaking or playing a multiplayer, there's lag that sets in. And it seems to be after about an hour of gameplay. There's no exact, but it seems to be something close to that. I've experienced it a few times. Sometimes it's only minimal, and it's okay. You can still get through like the incursion missions and stuff in endgame. And then sometimes it won't register if you're picking up armor or ammo or enemy damage. If you thought the brutes were tough before, wait till you tear into them for like a minute at a time and not able to do any damage to them. That's a challenging brute, let me tell you. Let me tell you. I'm using tier 2 weapons, which should have some effect. No. So they did put out a patch today. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League got a patch, and I'm happy to say it fixed all the problems and made the game perfect. Kissed on the forehead by God. No, that's not true. That is not true. So the patch basically took care of scaling having to do with Diablo Blaze ability in endgame, and some other elements like that. Relatively minimal patch. But I want to say the gentleman's name was Kane from Rocksteady on the Discord said there are two groups that are working on patches. There is one group that works on this type of patch, and then there's a group that works on larger, more far-reaching patches for the game. So this isn't going to be like a long period of time, it sounds like, till we get a much better patch. And I kind of feel some people put the cart in front, the horse in front of the, well, you actually want the horse in front of the cart. They put the cart in front of a horse because all I saw anywhere was just going down for maintenance. And then everyone was like, big patch is coming, big patch is coming, big patch is coming. And when a game has maintenance, it doesn't necessarily mean that. It can just mean things on the back end having to do with the servers, maybe adding new servers and more servers. It can mean a whole mess of different things. And that's why they have to have the game go down for a number of hours. So I think that some people kind of built it up a bit, thinking it was going to be a much larger, more interesting patch than it was, and ended up disappointed. Some of the same people having issues with the lag and stuff like that, adds to that disappointment. So that makes sense. I very much like the game, but I need to, I don't know. I need to watch it closely, I guess. I'm excited for where it's supposed to be headed in March. I'm hoping you can still make that March date for Joker. It's expected somewhere between like the 1st and 2nd week of March, something like that. Like from what I've heard, the expectation is something like March 6th, March 15th or 16th is what a lot of people are thinking. But so there's that. How's everyone else getting along with the game? I got all my characters to level 30. So all 4 characters are at level 30, and now I can play with any character I want, which is really cool. Like, I kind of felt like I needed to, switch between characters and level them all up. But now that they're at 30, I get the squad points, which are, shared among all the characters, the abilities that you use what squad points are. So I like that. I used Captain Boomerang last night. I was having fun with him. There are none of the 4 that I dislike. I like all 4 of them very much. My favorites so far are still Nanaue and Harley Quinn, but I like all 4 of them. And I will say that Deadshot is amazing for sniping. He's so good at that. I love, just floating in the air basically and sniping a whole mess of enemies before having to land or kickstart the engine on my jetpack. Few weeks till you get it, but looking forward to it. Cool. Well, see, one thing that's good about that is there'll be more patches out by then and more issues taken care of. They also added some new DLC. They added some new skins. I just saw a couple pictures. One of them looked cool. They had the skins that look like they're on fire. Those are available. And I believe it's like the FTX skin or something like that. Or no, Task Force X. Maybe it's Task Force FX, because they're on fire. Something like that. Well, those skins are available and some other ones as well. So they do have new DLC if anyone wants to purchase new looks. Or, sorry, new fits for your Task Force members. If you're looking to do that. Helldivers 2 is doing really well. I haven't played it yet, though. I'm debating what I'm going to do. I might try to get it. They have a Target buy one, get one 50% off deal at Target. And I was hoping to try to arrange that with, what's it called? Skull and Bones. Because Skull and Bones was a fun beta that I did, last weekend it was, I think. I enjoyed what I played of that. So I'm going to try to see if I can get both of those to work with that deal, but I don't know. I don't know how well that'll work. If I were to guess, Helldivers 2 will be sold out completely, but they'll have Skull and Bones. That would be my guess. That would be my guess as to that situation. A really cool trailer came out today for Princess Peach Showtime. Some new outfits, including an outer space almost superhero look, and then something that looks like I don't know if I want to say a French thief almost. Kind of a vibe that reminded me of Lupin the Third a bit, but I'm not exactly sure, but it looked really cool, and there's a longer version of the trailer that's 2 minutes, and that comes out March 22nd. I think that's gonna be a fun game. I think it's gonna be a fun game, a lot of panache, some surprising crazy outfits for Peach, and I'm actually, I do have it pre-ordered, so I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I really do. Dragon's Dogma, that's, I believe, late March. And, of course, Final Fantasy Rebirth. I have not played Final Fantasy VII retrograde, or intergrade yet. So, I kind of want to do that first, before Rebirth. I also haven't done the demo. Because I'm like, oh, do I want to do the Rebirth demo before I do Final Fantasy? Not sure. It's been a long time since I played Final Fantasy VII. It was right near the time it launched on PlayStation 1, wasn't it? That's pretty much, though, all the gaming news. There's not a lot of super exciting gaming news right now. Oh, well, the industry itself, I mean, basically Sony came out today and said they are in the second half of the life of the PS5. So see, everyone's all alarmist and oh my god, what are they saying? The console came out in 2020. the average lifespan of a console is 7 or 8 years. So we're still trending towards 2027, 2028 for PS6. Okay? So that's not a drastic change. That's pretty much what we are expecting, worded in a different way. However, Sony also made it seem like they're going to try to increase their margins by bringing their games to other consoles or maybe the PC earlier. It's hard to say at this moment. I believe it's on Thursday, tomorrow? We're going to find out what Xbox's plans are and how Xbox is going to go about all that. So that's going to be interesting. Because the rumors there are that, like, it goes from everything Xbox is coming to PlayStation. Like, the new Indiana Jones game and Gears of War and Halo and all of it just coming to PlayStation, to something far more relaxed and being like, oh, this game here, this game there. Although that will be very difficult for the consumer to not know what the actual strategy is if it's all randomized as to what game goes where. Video game consoles are not dead. They are very much alive. Video game consoles are alive and thriving. They are thriving. Okay, everybody. Now it is time for us to toy around a bit. Okay. And first up, we have... Who the hell is this? Oh, it's Hal Jordan. It's Hal Jordan, everybody. So here we have Hal Jordan from McFarlane Toys. This figure, I believe, goes on sale on Friday. I think pre-orders are Friday. And I think it's a good take on him. I like it. I like it. And, you know, the detail looks good and everything. It's a series of, right now, I believe, 3 figures. It's Hal Jordan, Aquaman, and the next figure I'll be showing in just a moment. Now, I'm not ultra massively huge on this because it comes with an NFT. I'm not a fan of NFTs. So you get the figure, but it also comes with an NFT. I don't know if there's going to increase in price or what, but it is an actual physical action figure. That's the important thing. If it was just an NFT, which they've already been doing through McFarlane, I would not show it here. Okay, so there's Hal Jordan right there. And Rebirth Batman without the cowl. Now, what's exciting for me about this figure is he's got the blue cape. He's got the blue cape, he's got the blue boots. It's Rebirth, and he's got no cowl. But what's even more exciting, it comes with a head that has the cowl. So you get 2 heads with this figure, something McFarlane usually does not do. I'd say it's relatively rare that you get multiple heads with a McFarlane figure. But this Batman will have 2. Cowl and no cowl. 3 Doom Squad Gaming NFTs? You do not! We do not have NFTs. You do not. You do not. Not even funny. We do not have NFTs. I think it's really good. I think it's really cool. And I'm very interested in seeing how the cowl head looks and everything. So that, you know, if they did a good job on both profiles, basically. But yeah, I like that a lot. I'll probably get the Batman one. Maybe Hal Jordan. Maybe Hal Jordan, but I'm not sure. Okay. And next up we have... Be careful on your mics, everybody. Be careful your speakers. Be careful on your speakers. Okay. You're warned. Okay. 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 It's alive! It's alive! Frankenstein. A really cool Frankenstein action figure from NECA with accessories like the chains that he has there. You'll notice when I show the next picture of Frank, Well, this is actually Frankenstein's monster. Dr. Frankenstein is who made the monster. So he's basically just the monster. So the next pic of the monster will show one of the other profiles he comes with. Let's see here. And you see that he has this wild chair that like restrains him. Another picture shows him holding a cigar, which I believe recreates this scene when he meets one of the villagers when he gets loose from the castle. Yeah, but I think this is really cool. And you get the figure and that chair and other accessories for $60. Now, NECA figures are usually now like 40 a piece, or maybe like even 42, something like that. So getting the figure and the big chair thing that he comes with together for 60 is a decent price for NECA. But the king of movie monsters, for me, it's still Dracula. If we're talking like Universal horror and all that, it's still Dracula. And but yeah, this one's really cool. I definitely wanted to show this, especially with that accessory he comes with. I was very impressed with that. And everybody, there was a very popular trailer, a trailer that blew up YouTube, a trailer they showed a preview of at the Super Bowl on Sunday. Here's a toy based on that beloved character. I know you thought I was going to throw you a curveball, but no, here we go. Deadpool's, everybody. Okay, so you get Deadpool, Dogpool, and I believe it's Squirrelpool, all on the scooter, and it's $40. I thought that was a pretty good price. Marvel Legends figures are around $25 now, as far as I know, or $28. So getting that, the pooch, the squirrel, and the scooter for $40, I thought was a pretty good deal. So pre-orders are live for that. I know it's on Big Bad Toy Store. It might be on Entertainment Earth. I wasn't able to see yet. If you do order that from Entertainment Earth, it does support me. I do appreciate it if you use code Hoarder. Let's see here. Wolfman and Frankenstein. I like all the main ones, but like my favorite is definitely Dracula. Like in order for me, it would be like Dracula, Frankenstein, Invisible Man, Wolfman, Creature from the Black Lagoon, I think. If I was going in order of the main ones. Let's see. Awesome Deadpool. I know, I think it's a really good price for that. I was surprised. I expected more like 60. I liked it when I saw a Dogpool, and then when I saw a freaking Squirrelpool in back, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. They had a version of this that came out, I think, a year or two ago, but this is a little bit more detail, a little bit more to it, I think. I don't think it's a reissue. They also have a retro version of Deadpool with a slightly different X-Force coloring that's coming out too, and I believe that's $24.99. That's just an action figure, though. Okay. Everybody, we are now officially done this week toying around. Now we can look at the future of comic books. All the way to 1 week from today. Okay, everybody. First up, we have Animal Pound #2, written by Tom King. In the first issue, the animals in the pound basically got freedom and were able to close off the pound from all the employees that worked there. But what do they do now? And could they possibly have a enemy in their midst? Animal Pound number 2. But yeah, the first issue was really good, so I definitely wanted to bring up the fact that issue 2 is coming out. Yeah, this ragtag group of animals all working to get freedom, and there might be someone they can't trust among them. Okay. Next up we have Ultimate Spider-Man number 2. Okay? If you don't have this pre-ordered already at your local comic shop, you might want to call them tomorrow. Or, well, okay, you can watch this anytime during the week. So I'm just thinking if you're watching it live or whatever, yeah, they're probably closed. Okay. But anyway, I would recommend either pre-ordering it or try to get to the shop early when they open to grab a copy of issue 2. Issue 1 sold out very quickly. Most shops were out of it by like 4 or 5 p.m. the day issue 1 came out. It's very good. It's one of the best Spider-Man story arcs I've seen, and that's just based on the first issue. I'm interested to see what they're going to do with Green Goblin here. Jonathan Hickman, excellent writer, and he just kind of like, you know, he just did a great job. He just did a great job with issue 1. Okay. Next up we have Superman 11. But would you look at that, everybody? What do you see there? Is that a Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League cover for Superman 11, a variant cover? It certainly is. It certainly is. So I definitely had to show that cover and show like the type of synergy that DC usually does when they release a video game or something like that. So even though there's a Suicide Squad Kill Arkham Asylum comic book, and issue 1 was great, and it's very literal as to Suicide Squad Kill Arkham Asylum. So issue 2 should be excellent as well. It's a total of 5 issues for that series. But here we have a very cool, evil, corrupt Superman on the cover of Superman 11 variant cover. Next up we have Wonder Woman 6. Would you look at that? What are the chances? What are the chances of a Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League cover for Wonder Woman 6? There you go. So there's 2 covers. 2 variant covers coming out next week. One for Superman 11, one for Wonder Woman number 6 for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. So, do you need to read it to understand the game? No, but it gives background to the opening where they're on gurneys in Arkham Asylum. It gives some background there. It does actually delve into the events right in the beginning of Brainiac's takeover, too. Okay. Let's see. I thought I had one more cover to show everybody. I might be wrong. Nope, that is it, everybody. That was the future of comic books. Again, the near future, all the way to 1 week from today. Okay. Now, we're not done with the show quite yet. We have another comic book review. Okay. And I just want to thank Doomkiller HD and Doom Squad Gaming for again letting me borrow the channel to do this show. Thank you very much. And if you like this, for whatever reason, you can watch me on twitch.tv/HoarderGamer. Also, I am on Twitter. But as more and more information comes out about Twitter, I keep questioning that decision. Anyway, let us get back to comic books and our second review of the night, Vengeance of the Moon Knight number 2. Now, I believe I reviewed number 1, but I really liked it, and there were a lot of things that were kind of up in the air we didn't know, so I wanted to review number 2 as well. Also, look at that gorgeous cover. Look at that insanely just awesome cover. The artist is David Finch. Yeah, David. Let me just verify that. Yeah, David Finch. He is awesome. It said Finch there, but I wanted to be absolutely sure and not, have it be a different Finch. So this is all about Tigra talking to the psychiatrist character. I apologize right now, I can't remember her name. And basically realizing that this new Moon Knight is an imposter. And they even create this amazing trap by basically having him try to claim the Midnight Mission. But because he is not the true Moon Knight, it turns against him. It actually fights against him. And he gets angry, upset, and says, if I see you again, if you try to interfere, I'm going to kill you all. So we still don't know who he is. Hunter Moon tried to reach out to him and think it was Mark. And that was the original kind of like thing that was going through everyone's head. Oh my God, is Mark back? But Tigra, who has been basically in love with him for a long time, they had a relationship, realized right away it wasn't Mark. And basically this all talks about that. And it shows you that he's very kind of frightening. And they mention that he needs to take his mask off. Hunter's Moon says that. And basically he's like, you're not ready to see what's behind this mask yet. So I thought that was interesting. I thought that was a very interesting comment. Yeah, it's a good issue. Especially if you want to know more about the character Tigra and like their relationship and things like that. I very much like this, and I like Jed MacKay. And Jed MacKay's previous run for the Moon Knight comic book was really good. So basically what happened was they relaunched it after Mark has been killed. As far as we know, so far he actually is dead. And as Vengeance of the Moon Knight, but again, the same writer, Jed MacKay. So it's kind of similar to what happened with She-Hulk, except She-Hulk wasn't killed. They just changed the name of the comic book and, kept the same writer. In that case, it was Rainbow Rowell. Let's see. Oh, that's a previous message from Mike. Okay. Okay, everybody. I want to thank you all very much for watching. This episode a little bit shorter than usual. I don't know. I guess usually I cover a bit more video game news, and I kind of just really focused on like 2 stories this time. So that's probably why. Okay. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I want to thank you all very much for watching. And I'll have a new episode next week. And at this point, I'm not exactly sure, like, of what books we'll cover. I would think... Well, Ultimate Spider-Man 2, yeah. I think I kind of have to do that one. I kind of have to review Ultimate Spider-Man 2. 1 was great. We did review that. But there's so much unknown that I feel we have to delve a little bit deeper and talk a little bit more about that. So I think I'll do that one. And as for the other review, I have no clue yet. Thank you, Crinky. Thank you for watching. And everybody, I hope you have a great week, and I will see you later. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.